That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're not even going to bother with the cuts because it is Saturday night. Well, technically, it is Sunday, the day up game day. And here we are, folks. We are at that point of the regular season. It is the season finale, and once again, the Steelers need help getting into the playoffs. Basically, they can get in with a win against Baltimore, which are playing basically their backup team because they really have nothing to play. The Ravens have nothing to play for. And they also need the Tennessee Titans to lose to the Houston Texans. But sure enough, like I said, you can't trust Bill O'Brien, and the Texans are going to have nothing to play for tomorrow. Well, so they're not even going to start their starters, which basically gives Tennessee everything they need to get in. So, again, it's not looking good for the Steelers. Actually, since 2009... they have only gotten help to get into the playoffs one time. The one time was in 2015 when the Buffalo Bills beat the New York Jets and the Steelers beat the Browns. Steelers had to beat the Browns. The Bills had to win against the Jets to get in because the Jets were also going to be 10-6, and the Bills did that. And there we go. Keep the light out of the way. But yeah, the Bills won that game. Rex Ryan got his revenge against his former team, and the Steelers went to the playoffs. They made it all the way to... They had, of course, the Cincinnati game, and then they lost to Denver in the divisional round. And once again, they need help. They needed help against Baltimore. They needed help with the Browns last year to beat the Ravens. That didn't happen. And here we are again. Pretty much, like I said, same as last year. And, you know, I've thought about the last week. Understandably, I was upset about what happened last week. And I'm still kind of upset. I still really don't know what's going to happen with the next 24 hours, because more than likely the Steelers aren't going to be in the playoffs, and I mean, I just don't know. I don't know if I can trust this team to beat a B-team Baltimore Ravens team. Yeah, we haven't seen RG3 play an entire game so far in the regular season. He hasn't done it since 2016 when he was with the Browns. But I mean, the Ravens they have too many different playmakers on there, and I don't know. Like, I want to believe that the Steelers can win this game, but at this point, I don't know, man. I'm going with my thought is I'm going with Baltimore to win this one, and part of me wants to say the Tennessee Titans are going to win, but I still have that little bit of hope that the Houston Texans can still pull it off with their B team. I don't know how good their B team is, but I don't know. I'm still thinking that little glimmer of hope tells me that Texans will win, but most people are going to say the Titans are going to win that game and get into the playoffs, which at this point, it's just like, you know, I can't really blame them because, let's be honest, most rookie playoff quarterbacks in their first games don't usually win. You have those couple of exceptions, like Tom Brady won his first playoff game, Ben Roethlisberger won his first playoff game, Patrick Mahomes won his first playoff game. Hell, Marcus Mariota won his first playoff game. So, but most of the time, most rookie quarterbacks don't usually win their first playoff game. Again, rookie playoff quarterbacks don't usually win their first playoff game. So, even if they get in, I don't know how Devlin Hodges would probably do in a playoff game. Unless they really show me something tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm just ready for it to end. I'm just ready for it to end because I know it's coming. I know it's going to be... Excuse me. I'm keeping that in because I want to do this one take. I know tomorrow's probably going to be the end of the season. There's going to be a lot of questions going into the off-season of who might be coming back or not. I will say their first priority has to be getting rid of Randy Fichtner because, let's just be honest, I think even Ben Roethlisberger wants him gone. After what happened against the Buffalo game, even even if he works well with Ben Roethlisberger, or even Big Ben's looking at him like, dude, you can't be calling these plays while we're trying to win a critical game in the season. So I think maybe he might be gone first. And, by the way, I am going to do an epilogue to this either Monday or Tuesday. I haven't decided on whether or not on which day I'm going to do it, but after the season, likely ends. I'll do an epilogue to everything that happens. I'll probably wait till Tuesday after the final press conference from Tomlin. I don't know if Mike Tomlin's going to get fired, though. I think he did enough to keep his job, but there are those rumblings that maybe Kevin Colburn might be gone, might be retiring after the season. He's been kind of setting that in, but I mean, we'll see what happens. As far as my predictions go, I think Baltimore beats the Steelers tomorrow. I'm still keeping a little bit of hope that the Texans somehow pull off a win over the Titans. But part of me, but the rest of me really thinks that the Titans are going to get into the playoffs no matter what. So, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very bumpy ride the next 24 hours. So I will see you then.
Time now to beat the bus. It is the final week, and it's very, very close. Albie made his move last week. Jerome, take a look. He leads us both by 1. So this week, our producer, Dean, making us pick more than just the AFC North games. We're going to pick all the games that matter in the top scenarios for the Steelers to make the playoffs, plus the AFC North games to decide this year's champion. Scenarios first. If the Titans win, they're in. But if the Steelers win and Tennessee loses, the Steelers then punch their ticket. But if the Steelers and Titans both lose, the Steelers can still get in the playoffs if the Colts beat the Jaguars and the Broncos then beat the Raiders. So let's start with the Steelers and Ravens. Who are you taking?
The Steelers will win this football game. I think it's going to be one of those games they're going to win by a point, 2 points, something like that. It's going to be a close game. And so I think the Steelers win this game. Late in the game, they get a turnover to ice it.
Such a homer. It's like you played for the team. Well, Drew, it's only you on the Steelers bandwagon this week. Albie and myself going with Baltimore. The FanDuel Sportsbook line, as of this show taping, is Steelers by 2.5. I don't understand that, but whatever. The Titans at the Texans. If the Titans win, they are in. Albie thinks that will happen. Jerome, you and I have the Texans, and the Titans are currently favored by 3.5. The Colts visiting the Jaguars. Neither team with anything to play for except as spoilers. We've all got the Colts in that one. The FanDuel Sportsbook line is Colts by 3.5. And the Raiders visiting the Broncos. Jerome, you're alone with the Broncos, although the FanDuel Sportsbook line is Broncos by 3.5. Finally, the other AFC North game, Browns and Bengals. We're all going with Cleveland. The Browns favored by 2.5 as of this show taping. Be sure to check sportsbook.fanduel.com for the up-to-the-minute betting line. Now, just for fun, the final scenario. Under this one, the Raiders would beat the Broncos. So, if the Steelers, Titans, Jaguars, and Broncos all lose, the Steelers could still make the playoffs by tying the Raiders on strength of victory. I'm so confused. And that only happens if all 4 of these teams win. The Dolphins, the Packers, the Chiefs, and the Vikings.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm just as confused.
I don't know either. I mean, to think that could happen, that's a no-win scenario.
I'm tired head just reading that. I have no idea.
That's one of those, when you get home, and they're going to tell you, hey, we're in the playoffs. We're going to be like, what? What happened? Those, it's one of those situations that if you need all those things to happen, you might as well kiss the playoffs goodbye.
Okay, give me one big-time key that has to go well in the Steelers' favor just to end the game against Baltimore. I don't care about the scenarios. Just to win that football game, what do the Steelers have to do?
The Jerome Bettis Show is presented
Really?
by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Nothing, apparently.
He goes for the Ravens, so does Ed. Rich, why do you pick the Steelers?
I'm picking the Steelers because I think they're in desperation mode, and I think the defense will help them win this game, and they're going against some backups against the Ravens. I think they'll win a close one, even though they don't have the offense. 9-7, I think the Steelers win.
I think the Steelers' defense will help them too, but not enough. I go with Baltimore 7-6, 2 more Chris Boswell.
I believe the players for Baltimore offense are better than the starters as well for the Steelers. I think Baltimore wins this game 13-9.
We're out of time. Join us after the game. Pittsburgh CW's 14.
But their opponent, the Texans, had nothing to play for and sat some of their stars. The Titans took advantage and won to keep the Steelers out of the playoffs. Adding insult to injury, the Steelers came up short in their regular season finale of the best team in football, the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers lose their final 3, and another season ends in frustration.
obviously not how we wanted to perform today, but such is life, and we take responsibility for that. Just disappointing. But there's been a lot of disappointments this season.
And we want to hear from you in our UPMC Sports Medicine poll. What's your biggest reason for the Steelers to have optimism in 2020? Is it the possible return of Ben Roethlisberger or the defense? You can vote at WPXI.com/vote now. We're going to reveal the results coming up in a few minutes.
Today, but not only today, all season. We're not trying to, assess it too much to make too many broad statements, but we got time for that tomorrow in the days that follow. We play on Sundays, we evaluate and things of that nature on Mondays. That's always our philosophical approach, and we don't take any different approach just because today's the final game.
They can't hide the disappointment. A second straight year, the Steelers' playoff hopes are dashed on the final day of the regular season. Good evening, I'm Albie Oxenreiter. It was over before the Steelers game ended this year when the Tennessee Titans won their game and claimed the last playoff spot in the AFC. But that does not hide the disappointment of a season-ending loss to the Ravens. And the realization that there will be no playoffs again. Chase Williams takes us inside the Steelers locker room for Baltimore.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, but the Steelers missed the playoffs for the second consecutive season. There are plenty of built-in reasons as to why, but the locker room I just left wanted no part of it. It's an extremely proud group, but admit it was an opportunity missed.
Just unfortunate mistakes this year. That's just how it goes. Sometimes you have up years, some years you have down. It's just there was a lot of needed growth this year, and we just came up short.
Anytime you have to end the season, it always sucks. Even if you go all the way, this is our job. This is what we enjoy. And no matter when that last game is, it definitely sucks.
You've been a great 5-year rolling. Where do you think it went wrong in the last few weeks?
I don't know if there was one thing that really stands out, but we've had our chances, so we just didn't seize them.
You got a lot of respect for everybody on the team. Everybody trying to fight and trying to grind out each and every day. They're practicing every day through the weeks.
Given the circumstances, it's remarkable the Steelers even had a chance in the playoffs. Yes, the standard's much higher for this organization, but if Ben Roethlisberger comes back healthy and pair that with this defense, I expect much different results in 2020. From Baltimore, Chase Williams, Channel 11 Sports.
Thank you, Chase. We want you to get in on the conversation with us. Our UPMC Sports Medicine Black and Gold poll is asking, what's your biggest reason for optimism for the Steelers in 2020? Ben's return or the defense that saw a resurgence this season? Vote at WPXI.com/vote now. And now we take you to a soggy Baltimore. First drive for the Ravens. Big third down. The Steelers applying pressure. Mike Hilton and T.J. Watt keep up for the sack of Robert Griffin III. Loss of 8. Ravens have to settle for a field goal. Justin Tucker, 45-yarder. They take the lead. Steelers were 3 and out on their first drive. Benny Snell run, an incompletion to Deontay Johnson, and that incompletion to Juju. Steelers punted, and on the first play after that, this happened. Gus Edwards, 38 yards over right guard, then drive ended with a field goal. Tucker, this time a chip shot, 22 yards, 6-0 Ravens. Steelers got it going on offense. This is the final play of the first quarter. Devlin Hodges to Deontay Johnson on 3rd and 7, gain of 21, out of bounds at the Ravens' 32-yard line. Third play of the second quarter, same drive. Benny Snell, 19-yard run. Down to the Ravens' 4. And on the next play, he makes it count. Snell with the touchdown. 10 plays, 75 yards. At the point after, Steelers have a 7-6 lead. As it turns out, they had their only lead of the game, but once again, too many missed opportunities. Devin Bush drops what would have been an interception. Steelers ball, 2nd and 14. It gets worse after the sacking of Hodges by Brandon Carr. Loss of 7, which set up a 3rd and 21. Steelers ended up punting. Ravens went back to work. RG3 and Hayden Hurst for a gain of 20 on 3rd and 12. And then a Justin Tucker field goal, 42 yards this time. 9-7 Baltimore in the final moments of the half. But there's more. Hodges under pressure. Sacked, fumbles, Ravens recover and take it to the Steelers 23. 5 plays later, Justice Hill scores the touchdown, which hurts. Coming till late in the half. At the point after, it was 16-7 Ravens at halftime. Steelers were 3 and out on their first possession of the second half, and they got the ball back. Doing what they've done all season. T.J. Watt punches the ball loose from Gus Edwards. Joe Hayden recovers. Steelers almost found the end zone. Hodges looking for Deontay Johnson. Defensive holding on the play, but the Steelers end up settling for a field goal. 26-yarder from Chris Boswell comes to lead to 6. Late in the third, Justice Hill bangs out 13 yards and 16-10 Ravens after 3 quarters in Baltimore. That drive extended into the 4th quarter, and it was capped off by another Tucker field goal. This time, he falls down, but still connects for 47 yards. The Baltimore lead is back to 9. Ravens kept the pressure on Hodges, as they did all day. He throws the ball away. And a big play late. And a good call. Ravens on 4th down at their own 11. A fake punt direct snap. They convert the first down. Again from their own 11. When the Steelers drop back to punt with under 5 minutes left, Jordan Berry drops the ball. Ravens recover for a touchdown. 26-10 Ravens with the extra point and 2 more points to finish the scoring. Hodges called for intentional grounding that results in a safety. 28-10 Baltimore. The game was gone, but one more takeaway for the Steelers. Meaningless for the game, but Joe Hayden's 5th of the season. He comes up with the interception with under 30 seconds left. An up-and-down season ends with the Steelers' 8th loss and no playoffs after the loss in Baltimore. Also, the Tennessee win. Bit of a surprise in the AFC playoff picture. Patriots, they had to win to keep a bye week in the number 2 seed, and all they had to do was beat the Dolphins at home late in the game. Dolphins down by 4. Ryan Fitzpatrick connects with Mike Gesicki for the game-winning score.
I mean, that right there pretty much sums it all up. I expect nothing, and yet I'm still disappointed. I've got nothing. Like I said, I'm trying to continue to process my thoughts on this whole thing, the entire season. I'm going to do an epilogue tomorrow, so... I mean, what more can you say? It's just the last 3 weeks. You can't win games if you're scoring just 10 points and you're not doing anything on the offensive side of the field. Today was just a day where everything just fell apart. Like, nothing was coming together. Just wasn't. I mean, to have everything go so downhill 2 years in a row now, when you had a chance to get into the playoffs, and then you fall apart at the end, which I don't even know if I'm that upset about what happened last year or this year. More than likely last year, because we had a chance to get in, and Cleveland almost wanted to get us in, but that didn't happen. This year was just like, I don't know, it just felt like a slow mush. Like, even going into today, I just had this feeling that it wasn't going to happen. It just didn't feel like it was going to happen, and sure enough, it didn't happen. So, that's all I can muster right now. Like I said, I'm going to do an epilogue either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on what happens then. Hopefully we'll have some news about where the Steelers go from here, but, yep, another season is over.